Resisting the urge to give up. Take my walking stick here. Please, Lord, tell me this is just a dream, this nightmare that I'm feeling. Two of Swords and the Four of Cups. And I come out into the woods, waiting for the veil to be lifted one day. Knight of Pentacles has been showing up, the energy that you need to advance. It's a challenge to get these videos out every day, mainly because the home is hostile. I see my brother staring back at me. Here I see his wife. This one's for me. I accept my sacrifice in the now. And I say to God, God, everything that you're doing for them, I ask that you do for me and more. Someone out there? Popping out for you here, the Queen of Swords. So every one of these videos is one of those attempts. It's just a little bit of a chipping at the wall until I reach freedom, and that's fine. Once I see that the possibility is there, I've seen this one recently. No going back. I'm going to read to you some Florence Scovel on prosperity in honor of the Fool on this day. Man comes into this world financed by God, with all that he desires or requires already on his pathway. This supply is released through faith and the spoken word. If thou canst believe, all things are possible. For example, a woman came to me one day to tell me of her experience in using an affirmation she had read in my book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. She was without experience but desired a good position on the stage. She took the affirmation, Infinite Spirit, open the way for my great abundance. I am an irresistible magnet for all that belongs to me by divine right. She was given a very important part in a successful opera. She said, quote, "It was a miracle due to that affirmation which I repeated hundreds of times," end quote. I now draw from the abundance of the spheres my infinite, immediate, and endless supply. All channels are free. All doors are open. I now release the gold mine within me. I am linked with an endless golden stream of prosperity which comes to me under grace in perfect ways. Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of abundance forever. My God is a God of plenty, and I now receive all that I desire or require, and more. All that is mine by divine right is now released and reaches me in great avalanches of abundance, under grace, in miraculous ways. My supply is endless, inexhaustible, and immediate, and comes to me under grace in perfect ways. All channels are free, and all doors fly open for my immediate and endless, divinely designed supply. I am awake to my good and gather in the harvest of endless opportunities. There are no lost opportunities in divine mind. As one door shuts, another door opens. I'm waking up now. Universal subconscious mind, God, that which pervades all things, brings all cellular structures into a composed state, provides motion and circulation and integration and assimilation of all things. Universal subconscious mind, God, I ask that you see all that is needed for us and deliver the answers in the form of wisdom through these cards on this day. What messages do you have for us today? First of the major arcana, the magician, coming right out of the gate today. Very powerful. You have control over the elements. And before we even go further, I had this nightmare dream as if this morning this table was no longer offered to me, that the space where I was living, I was told to leave. This has been a recurring nightmare that I've seen come to reality. In fact, where I currently am represents the 14th move since 2019. And so I had this crazy dream in which I was walking in the woods with no place to go, looking for a table to lay these cards down, only to find a Jack Russell Terrier biting at my ankle, nipping at my leg on a lead, but not supervised by his guardian. Loud women walking through the woods, making noise, not apologizing. The world that I used to know and believed had turned on me, when women are just spectacular human beings. They're innocent. But I didn't see that this morning. And it led to this spiral in the dream, in the nightmare, where I started to imagine my brother withholding kindness, my mother despising me, telling me I need to prove myself when I already had, my sister-in-law telling me I'm a worthless father. And then finally it all stopped as I was trying to draw cards clumsily at the source in my dream, this stream that I go to. I came upon the Fool, and I was reminded of my truth of origin, that I was free. Free on a Tuesday to do something that before would never be a possibility, and that this was a result of a blessing from the Lord. And as you can see, I'm here now in front of the table. It's beautiful, it's quiet, there are no interruptions. The nightmare was temporary. And so I ask, now that that story's over, what messages do you have for us today, One Spirit? Now that the cards have been shuffled and dealt in my mind and in yours, in the minds of the listener, understand that at times we will feel constraints, restrictions in space, almost like we're in solitary confinement. And this is the representation, if I can predict anything, of a birth to come, and must be. A collaborative effort, a victory, a homecoming, where you are appreciated for the truth of who you are. Trust me when I say, this is your truth. And the last card wanting to pop out, we get two. A message that is coming quickly, speeding in. And what is that message? It's some knight, a knight in shining armor that wants to tell you the answers are here. The answers to all of your questions and the response to all of your desires. Look, at the bottom of the deck, serving as the portal for today, the Lovers is here to remind us of our truth. Inclinations from the heart always serve. And I want you to see this today. I want you to take a good look. So let's put this right here atop the Hermit and the Knight of Swords as a change. Why not have a change? Since the nightmare is over, since we see ourselves in this peaceful place, we're talking about the forgiveness of sins, the forgiveness of the errors from your past. Whatever it was that was permeating this morning, it's over. Reassure yourself constantly of your worth. The Lovers is here to serve you. This card and the romantic offer that's underneath it is aligned with your highest good. The Magician is here for you to know you have complete and total control over your alchemy. As above, so below, all four elements within reach, here for you to be tapped into. So before we get into a detailed reading, let's give some wealth to all of these beautiful cards, starting right off the bat with the Lovers. And if I could offer one to the Knight of Cups underneath, who came in strong like the Knight of Swords today, who you will not see right now, but you saw that little movement? That's for the Knight of Swords, the courageous one. And for the Hermit who's back here, never asks for any recognition, for the speedy answer to our prayers after feeling all this confinement. You see, just dropping down, saying, I'm ready for my victory. I'm ready for the homecoming. Aren't you? Aren't you ready for your win? Here it is. Complete and total wish fulfillment. Some will not appreciate it, and that's okay. As is the game sometimes, some end up having more than others. Let's see how that falls. Pushing toward the lovers and the Knight of Swords and the Hermit in the center. This rest during a moment of confinement, figuring out how to use your environment in a way that is practical, understanding there are constraints for now, gives you access to all of this. And the Knight of Swords is there to protect you. Don't worry, your intellect is protected. See, everything's here for you, and it's coming fast. So fast, you won't believe it when it arrives, I'm promising you. Just have faith. Your adversaries will get out of their head, get out of your way. The magician is concentrated. Wish fulfillment's here, waking up. As we speak, you have the tree of life. See that tree of life? We'll talk about it in a moment. Everything that you need, all available to you, all in time. No matter how much rejection's going on, you keep trying. Let's see what the lovers have to do. Look at that. When you open your heart, everything aligns. When you meditate, it's like a crown on top of your head. Everything else comes to you as if by divine order. Wish you could have seen that. There was a lot of spinning around. That was just for me. Sometimes it works out that way. Like a sunrise or a sunset. Messages are just for us. Just for you. No spotlight, no photos, no 3x5s as John Mayer would say. This one's just yours, but I saw a lot of spinning. Beautiful spinning. Don't forget who's here for you, and right underneath is your romantic offer with the Knight of Cups. Change in perspective, trust me. You may be thinking about money, but you're already in a position of strength. This new perspective, through a romantic offer, shows you the truth of your worth and love. Don't worry about anything. All is here for you. This is love. If it ever were a doubt in your mind, it's an amorous relationship. You may have some emotional entanglement with a person. Whatever it is, it's resolving itself in small steps. Understand that those small steps, they come with great power. The fact that you're taking a step forward when you could be wallowing in your pain and in your suffering, those steps dissipate the mists of the past, showing you the truth of your existence in your oneness with the Lord. And the Knight of Cups is here just to give you that romantic offer. It's a confident one. It's one that isn't afraid of rejection. For what is rejection? Just misalignment with your truth. That's all it is. You need to see yourself as more worthy. And it's good because if you had attracted that person into your life when you didn't feel worthy, you would have been inviting the same into your life through that partner, and there would be challenges. Imagine if you started to love yourself during that time and they didn't. That would be a horrible situation to be in, wouldn't it? It would be a challenge. So the idea with love is it's preparation. You want to be prepared for the receiving of the perfect partner. And the only consistent one, I'm talking 100% consistent with you, is the Lord, is the universal subconscious mind that pervades all things. It's the spirit within you that doesn't die. It animates your life. Fall in alignment with that, with the one spirit, and everything else comes in line. Starting with the magician. The magician then has this opportunity, a deep opportunity, to do some alchemic work. And this alchemy is strong. It's beautiful. As above, so below. This is the start of something new. You can feel it. It's beyond beginner's luck. Even though the world will recognize this as beginner's luck, you have all of these tools at your disposal that you're using at the same time. They're used so fluidly that the rest of the world just doesn't notice. But the pieces are all there, and they're all working like a well-oiled machine, wheels within wheels in motion. The magician has access to the infinite subconscious and brings forth through the wand of creation all that he desires. When I say he, it's just the image. Regardless of your biological sex, you have consciousness. You have spirit passing through you. The magician understands what this spirit is and uses the spirit by acting as an instrument himself. Look at, he's like the Statue of Liberty, set in a specific position for manifestation. That's what this is. It's a posture for manifestation by acting as an instrument of God. Queen of Swords needs some lessons in that area. Look at how she's complaining. She's looking out at a world that is otherwise perfect if not for her own mistaken perspective. She's holding on to something, doesn't know what to do about it. And all along, everything in the world, her own voice even is saying, let it go. And so this Queen of Swords at times is up in her head. It could also represent a secure and well-defended position where you're defending your own territory. So if you're not perceiving this in another, perceive it in yourself as you're defending that which is important to you. You're being assertive and saying, hey, enough is enough. I've seen all I've needed to see to understand the truth of who I am, and you're in no position to exclaim or explain who you think I am. Whether you talk in good terms, whether you talk in negative terms, it's all the same to me. That's a fixed position. And you get that with the Queen of Swords. The reason why she's doing this is because she's prepared for a move that she's not going to explain to you. Like the queen on a chessboard, the most powerful, the most mobile. And if she were to reveal her cards to you, it would be thwarted because these cards have to do with complete and total wish fulfillment. This is the tree of life. You see all the Sephirah, all 10 of them in alignment from Keter to Malkut. From the light of all light to the earth itself and everything in between, including Dat, the hidden measure. We have all your dreams, all of your goals. This is like your dream board. And so the Queen of Swords understands this, understands what's coming, and is not going to reveal the location, the details, who's there, who's not there, because in doing that, the ego has an invitation to come and ruin it. And the ego would want to do that because the ego is on its way out. It's in its last hurrah, so to speak. It's its last tantrum. Your ego is about to die. And what this means is you're not going to die. You're actually going to be reborn. And this birth comes in the form of the star that's in the lantern of the hermit. All of your wish fulfillment comes from this focused meditation on the good. And so you're wise not to reveal your cards in detail. You don't want to do that until it's manifest. Think about the world today and its envy. It would never wish to see you succeed. And that's why we have to call upon sometimes these forces that just plow through everything. The Knight of Swords is one of them. This is an intellectual bombardment. It leaves people so flustered they won't even know what to do with it. It's just comes so fast. It's the energy and the resources to advance. And you're looking for the right direction to come in like Gandalf and just pummel the opposition. And you're on your way. You're hovering like an eagle about to make a strike, but you're moving. Think about an eagle or think about a falcon or a peregrine, how they're moving very quickly, yet conserving their resources by using the environment for speed. This is determination. This is perseverance. And it's on display to say, listen, I know that you have constraints right now. I know that you feel like you have the walls closing in. All I'm asking is that you see yourself as the victor. See yourself in the now as the victor, and by doing that, all energy flows in the direction of what you desire. However, in order to achieve this, you have to see beyond the constraints that you're currently in. And the way that you do this is through the nation of images in your mind, the imagination. It is your most powerful asset. It is something that no one can take from you, regardless of how incarcerated you may feel. You can always access the past, present, and future in whatever form you like through that one eye, the image nation in your mind. It cannot be taken from you. It cannot be destroyed. It cannot be stolen. And that is why it is so sacred. And the only way you can access it is by becoming like a child. For the Lord said, become like a child and thou shalt enter the kingdom of heaven. And the kingdom of heaven is within you. All of this, including your wish fulfillment, has already existed. And the Queen of Swords is aware of this. It's why she's being so stubborn in her position. So as you come to understand the truth of who you are, then comes the homecoming. Everyone's celebrating your grandiose return. You're just happy. You're coming in with this beautiful horse adorned with the colors of opulence. Look at your wand. It's got a tiny bit of growth on it on the top. Not as much as the rest, but it's perhaps because you used some of that growth to adorn this with a ribbon and a wreath. Yet it's still growing. It's still alive. And you're coming in looking out, not at the fans who were once opposing you, but you're looking out at the distance, at the true treasure that is yours. That treasure is coming very fast. And it is in the form of love. Rest assured, it's here in the form of love between the Knight of Cups and the Lovers as the portal for today. This speedy message, this quick movement. This is the second fastest card in the deck of Tarot aside from the Chariot. And it's here to tell you the answers are here. Imagine them as real in your mind, and they shall be so. Dissipate the nightmares from the past. That which tries to bind itself to you, knowing that it has no energy of its its own. Your past is over. It's done. It knows it can only survive through the ego, and the ego is a tantruming child that only wants to be right and only wants to see you as wrong in your journey to discover the rebirth of who you are. For it understands, for you to be reborn, it must be subservient to God. And that is the last thing the ego wants, is to be subservient to God. Because by doing that, it no longer can wreak havoc upon your life and gaslight you into believing that this is your truth, that things won't improve, that you're here for the long haul so that you become a slave to external circumstances. That's all the ego wants. And so you have all of the guidance. Keep these images of your love and your desire and your accomplishment and your home of your dreams. Keep these images sacred only to you. I say this because you may wish to share this with your spouse or your best friend or with someone that you thought you trust. But how could they have the same interests as you? There's no way they could have the same interests. They've been through all of these life experiences that are unique for them. And yes, you have commonality, perhaps enough for you to make a vow of matrimony for the rest of your life. But that does not mean that they think exactly the way that you think, that they entertain the same thoughts, and that their ideas of the dreams of their future have to do with everything that you're dreaming. And the moment that that happens is the moment that this message is intercepted and distorted. It's like electrons leaving whatever cellular structure you left vulnerable for free radicals to bind on and mutate your dream. From that, you start to see the nightmares of your life come forth. And if you accept those as real, they shall perpetuate. So it's not so much a warning as it is a mourning of the ego's death, that we're announcing it today through this reading. This is the path for the ego to die in a way where it becomes subservient rather than oppositional with you. For no one wants to live in a household, even if it's a construction site, even if this is something that is a work in progress. You do not want to be in a household that is full of discord and disharmony, for that will lead you down the path of temptation to trespass upon the embodiments of God who you live with. Everyone is part of the one spirit, and we all have our own difficulties and challenges that have been presented to us. So just understand the imagination exists for you to be able to create and construct your own world without interfering and trespassing upon others. And you do this so that they be led not into temptation to trespass upon you. For this life is a boomerang of you get what you give. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. Love generates love. All is one on this day. May the lovers reassure you of the senior partner who is always here for you 100% of the time. He resides or she resides in the center of your being. However you imagine this individual, it is a reflection of your highest good. It is a reminder of your truth. Now is the time for you to see your worth. Connect with your heart. Tell yourself the truth of who you are. Affirm your value. Amidst the nightmares, be a fool and say to yourself, let the weak person say, I am strong. Man, woman, child, older adult, regardless of how you identify. If you feel weak, tell yourself, I am strong. And through that, you will attract a lover. And you will also have a new gained perspective, something that you hadn't seen before, a newfound value in who you are. And that value is protected right now by the forces of the Pentacles. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for your love, for your comments, for your joyful response. It's so encouraging. I feel things growing. I feel the seeds being planted in your own gardens in your life, and I feel them in mine, knowing that we shall share this harvest. The feeling came to me so clearly today. How do I see growth? I was wanting this so badly, this speedy answer, this urgent answer. And then the answer came to me. You're already here. You're already here. So thank you. It means everything to me. Your comments, your views, your presence, your love, it lifts me up and it keeps me going. And it makes the table available so that it can be used for service and love of you and everyone you care for. God bless. Until next time, be well and know that these are tears of happiness. And you know what I do with tears? I used to have issues with them. I don't have issues with them anymore. I have this handkerchief that symbolizes something. It symbolizes my guru. And you know what I do with it? I just wipe them. It's like cleaning your yoga mat, All that sweat, all that movement, all that letting go. These tears are a manifestation of love, the feeling that I have for you, which is technically the feeling that I have for God. Spiritually true.
So keep wiping them, because for every tear that you wipe, 108 joyful tears will be put in its place. And for every step that you take toward me, I take 108 toward you. Make that the beautiful affirmation of this day. You are not alone. We are one spirit, now and forever. God bless you. Before you say I'm giving up on it all, before you give it up, just give it up to love, knowing you will never be alone again, knowing you're absolved of all your sins, calming the indelible storm within. When you give it up to love. The first thing you feel is free. There'll never be another doubt. Now that you know you're free, before you break, before you before you say I'm giving up on it all, before you're giving it up, just give it up to love, knowing you'll never be alone again, knowing you're absolved of all your sins, yeah. Calling me in the little storm within. When you give it up to love. Find it in your nature to give love throughout the nations. Freedom comes with patience, reminding we all make it. So before you turn to hatred, before you're inundated, sing it now, right now, and sing loud for love. Knowing you'll never be alone again, knowing you're absolved of all your sins, calming the indelible storm within. When you give it up to love. When you're giving up, give it up to love. When you give it